My earlobes are enormous. They're like 3 times the size I thought they were. Yeah, I have got the ugliest ears. Hello and welcome. Willkommen. We are here.
Say that. I was
Really?
Willkommen, yeah. Bienvenue.
It's Vogue and Amber, and we're here and we're going to do a full ep. I'm still disgusted that we had a 38-minute episode last week, but as I said, we had lost a lot, you know?
Yeah, because of your traveling lifestyle.
I'll tell you what, I'd be one of those, do you ever see those influencers who are like, I packed up my job and I'm going traveling with my kids forever? I don't think I'd want to do that.
Living on the road, not with the... No, it would be a bit much. You actually didn't say hello and welcome to Vogue Amber the pod, did you?
Well, there you go. Hello and welcome.
There you go.
Well, I said welcome.
Willkommen.
I have a bit of news. Well, it's not really news. I went for, there's this Ezra full body scan and they very kindly offered to give me one. But as someone who has severe health anxiety, I absolutely jumped at the chance. So basically, you go and they MRI your whole body and they did a CT scan on my lungs and stuff like that to see if there's anything that you need to be worried about. And I thought, you know what, I'm 40. I'll do it. I can't bloody wait. First thing, you have to take off all your earrings because did you ever hear about that man?
Yes.
Who, yeah. So
what happened to him? He went to the MRI machine. What was he wearing? Oh no, God, what?
He was wearing, oh my God, it makes me so scared. And it's because I'd heard that story before. I didn't think I was scared of enclosed spaces. But basically, when you go into an MRI, you can't wear any jewelry. Gold is fine, supposedly. So I was taking off all my earrings and then I was trying to get her to help me take the ones from inside my ears off because I've got those little things inside. Anyway, she was like, oh no, you can leave them because they're gold. But a man went in and he had this huge like weightlifting chain around his neck and the machine, he basically died. He got sucked up because it's all metal and he just, I know, got like, you can't even walk into the room with your phone or anything like that because it's a highly sensitive machine. Anyway, so I'd taken off all my earrings. I'm not able to be seen with no earrings. Oh my God. My ears are so fucking disgusting. I have never noticed. They are, honestly, I took them out and I was like, my earlobes are enormous. They're like 3 times the size I thought they were. Yeah, I have got the ugliest ears. Maybe they've just been growing loads. You won't see because I've got them jazzed up.
You have got chunky lobes.
Oh my, well, they're jazzed up, so it takes away from it. It's like why I put so many rings on my fingers because my hands are so big. But my ears, I was like, oh God. Like, you know, when someone's like, what would you change about yourself? My ears. My ears is a new one.
Like, not that, like I was out with the Williams side of the family last night and
that's
because you're saying about hands and ears.
From that size.
Definitely dad's ears are, and like, Barbara, our cousin Barbara sent me a picture of me, Rebecca and her and she goes, what's going on with the hand? You have lovely hands because my hand, I'm looking at here, my hand looks disgusting. Absolutely foul, like disgusting. I wouldn't let that hand anywhere near. What a bitch.
Anywhere near pictures. But I went in for the MRI anyway. And they were like, what do you want to listen to? And I was like, right, I'm in this machine for 45 minutes. I can't listen to like grime music or something. I need something that's going to relax me. So I was listening to Leonard Cohen, but no, and he was a great choice, but I went with Leonard Cohen because I love Leonard Cohen. And I was listening to it, but then they're like, you'll hear a few noises. I didn't realize the noises would sound like somebody is breaking the machine. And so I was looking at the people because they've got a like bit of mirror so that you can see them. And I just kept looking at them to make sure that everything was fine. Because I was like,
you need noise cancelling headphones. You can bring in can you not bring in your own headphones?
No,
Mom has to Mom has to like triple drop Xanax when she goes for an MRI.
I'm going for, if I ever go for an MRI again, I am taking Xanax. I don't know how, and Mom said Neil loves being in there. He is very relaxed and happy in an MRI machine. I I was lying there and I was like, "Do you know what? I'm not going to get buried. I won't get buried. I don't want to be
You
buried.
won't-
I'm going to actually,
Do you know what?
I'm going
You
to
wouldn't
I'm
have-
going to get cremated." I was
You
like,
wouldn't hack a fucking 8 a.m. dart into town from Hoth. I literally felt like I was nearly going to have to step over people yesterday to try and get off. Well, when do you get the results?
I haven't got them yet, but I think that I struggled to get in an MRI machine again. It really did feel like I was in a coffin. But then I did this other test because I was getting medical stuff done this week, and they gave me my biometric age.
Oh, what is it?
You're not going to be happy.
I'd love to know what mine is, just for the crack. Yeah, 72.
I'm 25. I'm 25.
So that's based on the health of your body and all your organs and everything.
Based on your muscles and all that kind of stuff. But then I was talking to Spen, I was telling him that I was 25. And he was like, because I've been so devastated about Winston. He was like, "What are you going to do when I die?" I was like, "Oh, I'd be very lonely." And he's like, lonely. And he was like, "What are you going to do if Amber dies?" I was like, "Oh, Jesus." I was like, "I'll go with her." I was like, "I can't. We won't talk about that."
I would like to get that body scan done, but I do feel like I'd be worried that now I might be very upset by the results. But I suppose it gives me an opportunity. Gives me an opportunity to kind of cop onto myself. I was even thinking about, so I keep on getting served up these ads for like these vapes. I think they're called, they're natural vapes anyway. So I think I might order them to try and get off the smokes, because I haven't contacted your.
Just kick the can down the road. Yeah.
I know.
At least you're trying.
Well, I only had like 4 cigarettes the other day. That was good going.
I'm
just love
fascinated
it
that
so
you're happy
much.
to talk about smoking on the pod. Amber, because I went for that scan, right, I've been reading loads of stuff. I know I sound, well, this is probably my midlife crisis because I've just turned 40, but I'm like always trying to do things that make you live for longer. We already live for longer than our grandparents and stuff like that, but still, I want to live for even longer. Basically, if you do 2 years of exercise, it can reverse 20 years of heart aging. That's why I'm always telling you that you need to do, when we get to 40, we have to be doing weights.
Okay. I haven't done them in so long.
Amber, karaoke burns more calories than the gym. 2 hours of it.
Yeah, I'm just going to get a karaoke machine.
I got Jeannie a karaoke machine for her Christmas present. This is my brother's child. Oh my God, they're going to hate me. I never even thought about that.
That's like getting a fucking drum set. Karaoke is such good crack. I honestly.
I got her a really big one, Amber. I got her a big, massive speaker one.
Not the JBL one, did you?
Not the JBL one, but a pretty big one.
Maybe I'll just wait for her to get sick of it and then rob it.
She'll love it. Oh, another thing, there's a woman who hasn't smiled or laughed for 20 years because she thinks it is the ultimate anti-aging secret. She's actually right. If you leave your face frozen, you're not going to get any wrinkles. But then, what's the point in living if you can't smile?
Do they not say that? Is there not something that when you smile, because obviously air hostesses, this is where I heard about it, or air stewards. Basically, when you smile, you're like, whatever happens, it actually makes you start to feel happy. I don't know if it's due to muscles or something like that.
If you ever find yourself on radio, if you smile when you're talking, your voice sounds more upbeat and happy. Yeah.
I couldn't not smile. That's too hard. Life is for living.
Oh, yeah.
So you had that. What else did you do for your week? You had the kids?
Well, so on our last night in Turkey,
oh God,
we went out for this big Turkish lunch, and I love Turkish food. It's delicious. And I obviously stuffed my face because I hadn't eaten breakfast, but it was hours before. And then we went for a wander around those fake shops. They just fascinate me. I didn't get anything. I couldn't, Amber. I couldn't even get you a bum bag because the kids were like, I couldn't. The kids were like wild animals. I couldn't get anything. And if you get caught with that, you'd be in trouble. Anyway, we still went and had
What do you mean if I got caught with it?
Well, if I got caught coming out, I was scared of coming home from the airport and getting caught with a fake bum bag. Anyway, I didn't get you one. I couldn't. The kids, sorry, Otto, there was a giant Labubu in one of the shops. Oh, giant, like nearly the same size as Otto. And he was kicking it down the stairs. I had to get out of the shop.
But we went.
I know, we went shopping and for a look around the shops. And then we went home. And in the car journey home, I was like, I feel very sick. And I get car sick a lot of the time. So I was like, oh, it's just car sickness. And I was like, oh no, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the hotel. And then we got to the hotel and I was like, Sven, I have to go upstairs. And I vomited, a massive vomit. And then I was like, okay, pack quick. Because you have that like window.
Yeah.
Because I was like, maybe it was just car sickness. Maybe it could be something else. So I was like, I'm going to just use the window. And I used the window and I started packing like a mad woman. And then I started going downhill after about 9 minutes. And I was like, oh no. And then I just couldn't stop vomiting. And the kids, you've never seen people more fascinated. They were like queuing up. And Spencer was like, leave mommy alone.
To watch you vomit.
Yeah. Spencer's like, leave them alone. Leave her alone. So I'm sitting on the toilet. And then I was like, and my head was like at the bowl and Otto's beside me. And whatever he did, all of a sudden, I am being sprayed in the face with water. So there was a tap beside the toilet. That was obviously like they've got this new thing instead of a bidet that you turn on and it washes your arse. He turned the whole thing on, splashed me in the face, and then he started screaming at me saying that I had wet him with water. I had splashed him and I was like, get them out of the room.
Oh God! So you were vomiting like every 15 minutes. There's nothing worse. But do you think it was? So do you think it was food poisoning?
Well, I thought it was food poisoning, and then I got these because Spenny had to get someone to go to the pharmacy for me, and I got these tablets that were because like he was going to go, and I was like, I can't stay with the kids. I was like, I'm too sick. So the hotel were very kind, and they got a taxi driver to do it for us, and I had these charcoal tablets. So I started feeling better. So it was only about like 5 hours of pain. And then I was like, right, well, that's gone. It must have been food poisoning. And then we got home Sunday night. Gigi, she came down like a ton of bricks.
And is she getting the boot now out of the bed?
Yeah, 2 nights without her. I slept like a baby.
And what did you just tell her not to come in or what happened? Did you have a talk?
Yeah, we had to have a talk with her. I don't know if anyone else's kids sleep with them, but it does get to it because she came in and she's like, it's very squashy at night. You need to move over. And I was like, sorry? Like, there's no room for me. I was like, well, it's my bed. You've got an entire bed in there. So the last 2 nights she stayed in her own bed because no matter what you say, it interrupts my sleep. It interrupts Ben's sleep. And after about 3 really bad nights of sleep, we were like...
Very different person talking about it. He's like, I love it. Because I said it to you when you were back here. I was like, you're going to have to stop her going in. No, I love Gigi coming in for cuddles.
Well, Spenny's away tonight, so we'll get the call up tonight, and then I'll let Gigi have the call up tomorrow night. They love it.
But what did you say to her? Did she cry or anything?
I got them, by the way. Now, I don't know. We've only had it a few days, everyone, so I can't confirm if it really will work. I got them this chart where I wrote down all their chores. And I woke them up this morning and I was like, come on. And they were ages coming in for breakfast. I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, making our bed. So they could take it off the list. Tell us a little bit about your week.
So I've had to break up with another therapist. So the hypnotherapist is now gone as well.
Do you ever think if it's
because
like,
I went,
if you seem to be the common denominator here, by the way.
I am the common denominator, but like it was the hypnotherapist, and I had my kind of reservations about it when I first went. Obviously, I was in a really bad way, but I feel like I'm in a very contented position at the moment. I feel very happy. I'm busy. I'm doing lots of things, and I just genuinely
nice.
I just don't genuinely feel like I need it. And I kind of said that to her. She kind of got the buzz from me last week, and I know she did because, and I don't want to kind of like, there's not stuff I want to go and sit down and draw through and all that type of stuff. Do you know what I mean? I've kind of like sorted stuff out myself. So she kind of knew, I knew. And then it was like at one stage we were talking about the inner child, and then we were kind of touching on, we were talking about like when I was younger, and then she was telling me to hug the 7-year-old version of me, and I was like,
please, no. Not that little bitch. I wouldn't hug her.
So I was like, yeah, no. And she kind of like, and I said it to her, I was just like, I'm just feeling very happy in myself at the moment. And I just don't feel like basically I'm not benefiting from it. So I don't need it. So that's
I think I go back and forth with therapy all the time because like sometimes if you're going through a harder time or something's come up in your life, that's the really good times to go and talk to a therapist. But I don't like, I couldn't do it like weekly. I reckon Spen could probably do it weekly because he loves talking about himself.
But I did it weekly for like 23 weeks last year. And I kind of needed
23 weeks? What the hell is wrong with you?
I would say it. But I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm very self-aware and I'm just mindful, like there's certain variables you need to consider as well. Like obviously therapy helps people for sure. It helps me. But it's just like I'm mindful of my alcohol intake. I'm mindful of like certain
Alcohol's
things, getting
for
exercise and stuff like that in. I'm keeping myself busy. But like the weekend before last, I happily sat on the couch for 2 days watching The Summer I Turned Pretty and didn't feel guilty about it and just took...
I'm really struggling with that. It's just, I feel like a creepo watching it.
No, it's so good. So that happened last week. It was Ashley, your two friends, Ashley and Claudia's 40th. That was great crack down in the village. And my pal Andy DJ'd in the bloody stream, but I didn't get to go there. Finally finished the Irish Traitors with Megan the other night, and it was actually fab.
I would have loved
it was very good. Like it's not often you watch a show where you're actually shouting at the TV and you're kind of reacting to it. And the UK
Traitors is the best show.
I'd never watched it before, but now,
my God, you should catch up on the 2 UK ones, but also the Celebrity UK one.
No, that's the one me and Megan are watching tonight. So we're having a girls' night in, a nice healthy meal, and watching the Traitors.
Oh, I'm starting Celeb Traitors. We've got like 3 to catch up on, but they don't. I think it's not on a Saturday night, or maybe it's a Sunday night. There's one night it's not on a week. So
over here, it was like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It was really weird. But anyway, you'll be able to watch the Irish one in the UK because I don't know if UK channel or else Netflix have bought it.
You know, I went for that job.
Oh.
You don't get everything you want, do you, girls? Now, in fairness, so I went to host the Traitors, and you know when you rage and you didn't get a job, but then I saw it was Siobhan McSweeney, and I just think she is so brilliant. So when I saw her again, and I was like, it stings a lot less now.
She's gas. She's very good.
So brilliant. Yeah, she's so brilliant. But it's funny when you go, like, there's so many jobs that you go for and you don't get, and that's just life, isn't it? It's very sad.
Yeah. Sure, we don't know the half of it, do we, Vogue?
We absolutely don't. You can't have everything you want. Tough luck. You can't. It's the way life is.
But you can work hard and see what you can get.
This is a very uplifting podcast, isn't it?
Also, I must say thank you to everyone. I haven't read them all, but loads of people gave me suggestions on the makeup brushes. A lot of people saying to fling them in like a pillowcase into a delicate
washing
wash.
machine.
Yeah, and they come out nearly dry.
I'm going to do a video. I'm going to wash my makeup brushes today. I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to do a video with my weird glove thing.
I know, but I kind of have that, but it's just not a glove. It's just like a sheet.
Do you want to see the news stories of the week?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are not news stories you're going to be reading in on Sky News or anyone. So these are just the news stories that we liked. Okay. 1 in 3 women have a backup partner. Girls!
I find that shocking.
A recent study has revealed that nearly 1/3 of women admit to having a backup partner, a person they turn to if their current relationship were to fail. The potential successor is often an ex-partner, a close friend, or even a co-worker who's shown romantic interest. I think if your relationship is on the rocks a little bit, there is a potential that you'd have somebody waiting in the wings.
Now, does this mean like maybe like you try and revisit with that person, but it's not necessarily a sure thing, but there's someone that like...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I mean, I've done that where I've been with somebody and then we've broken up and I kind of got back with an ex for a little while and it really wasn't going to work out. But the best thing I ever did was when I didn't have a backup and I broke up with somebody and I just was on my own for like 6 months.
And I think there's a lot to be said for being on your own and being comfortable in yourself
yes.
and being happy in yourself, because I genuinely, and I think pretty much 99% of people would agree with me on this. When you're happy in yourself, you draw people in because you attract people because you're exuding kind of confidence and you're happy and stuff like that, you know, and that's something that people want to be around. They're drawn to. And I just think a lot of people don't do that when you kind of relationship hop or just hop into bed with someone else. So yeah, I totally agree.
Sometimes that's good for people as well, though, a little bit of bed hopping.
Nothing like a little bang-a-lang.
A little bang. Another news story of the week. A man ate 3 kilos of gummy bears and passed away. He was a 35-year-old. He ate an entire bucket of gummies in just 3 days, 10,000 calories of sugar and gelatin. Then he started getting really bad stomach pains. He was sweating and weak, and he was in intensive care for 6 days, and they couldn't save him.
That's shocking. Like 35. I thought it was going to be like, what are the ones that it's the weed gummies that they all eat in the States? Because there's loads of videos on TikTok where people take it and then they're like, cook with me when I'm baked or whatever. But that's shocking.
Cook with me when I'm baked. I couldn't bear to do weed jellies. Oh Jesus! No.
There's a mother and daughter, and they take them and they go for a walk.
Oh my God, I think some people are able to like handle stuff like that more than I would be. I wouldn't be able now to have a weed jelly. It wouldn't, like when Joanne and I were in Toronto, they're legal over there. And this woman came backstage and gave Joanne upper weed jellies and me downer weed jellies, like sleeping ones. But I think that they just would have a really bad effect on me. I don't think I'd be able to have them.
No, they're not for everyone. People whitey and then people also go green, meaning they vomit.
Oh God, if you take too many.
Yeah. Not even too many. It just doesn't agree with everyone. Sure, it's just like drink and stuff like that. Fammy whammy.
I know. I do love to have a drink, but I think that like for me, I drink more if it didn't have such an impact on my mental health, and it really does. So that's why I just...
No, and I'm telling you, like even last night, you were shocked the time I came home, like was out with all the Williams gals last night in my cousin Michelle's house. So I think there was like 17 of us there. Vogue missed it.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I'm glad I missed it. I'd booked flights to go home because I was going to go, because it was all our aunties, and some of our aunties are like 85, 86, and all our cousins and stuff, all the girls were going. And
I think there was like 4. I think there was, there was 3 generations there.
Yeah, well, I didn't have anyone to basically watch the kids, so I couldn't make it back. But thank God I didn't. Amber was home at 10:15 while I would have gone home for 2 hours.
I was delighted with myself, though. That's the dream, I'm telling you. And straight up to bed.
Straight up to bed. See, that's why I wouldn't be going straight up to bed is the problem.
There's a couple of more news stories here. One that plays into Irishisms. So basically, a guy was sacked for saying top of the morning to you in an Irish accent. So he's after winning an unfair dismissal claim. So basically, he's a factory worker in Wales and he was awarded 16 grand after being sacked for putting on a fake Irish accent. So he greeted his manager while listening to Irish music. The manager, who was showing around a red-haired auditor, reported him for racial harassment. So the tribunal...
Racial harassment? Oh, come on. Come on.
Yeah.
So how many times has someone said that to you? I get like, loads of people say, like, I sometimes
33. That's what people say. 33 and a third.
Yeah, but I mimic people's accents, not meaning to be offensive, but just like there's a lovely woman I work for, but she's so English posh, and she'll be like, "Oh, it's so pretty," and I can't help myself. I'm like, "Is it pretty?"
People have to be able to take a bit of a slagging.
Oh, last story I saw, there was a king in Africa. He went to Abu Dhabi and he walked off the plane. He had 15 wives, 100 servants and 30 children. What would you be doing with 100 servants?
That's a small amount of children for 15 wives. 100
why
servants.
would you have 100 servants? What would they be doing?
That's more than one servant per person.
Oh my God, imagine. What would they be doing though?
Everything. Probably wiping their botties and everything like that.
No, I don't think they'd be wiping their botties. You wouldn't want anyone to do that. And I hate that word botty. It's one of my least favourite words. Botty.
I just think that's absolutely shocking. But listen, he's obviously got the cash.
Sister cards. Ready? Get ready.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had a choice to be reincarnated into any animal, what would it be and why? Well, Winston, he did have a great life.
Yeah,
but then he might get unlucky and be in the not a great place for dogs.
I think a bird.
I'd hate to be a seal. I'd hate it. It just would be so cold. I know that they're built for the sea, but I really, when I see Sammy the seal in Howth, I'm like, oh, Sammy, that is not the life for me. He's got like moss on his head and stuff. It's not for me.
It's not moss. It's like barnacles. It's moss. There's no moss in the sea.
But he's got green shit all over his face. I'm like, oh,
That's fucking
Sammy.
seaweed.
I couldn't live Sammy's life, not for a single
But
day.
I think a bird would be a good shout. Like, obviously, you'd need to be a strong bird. You'd need to be top of the food chain there and like, I'd also want to be in a position where I'd be able to beat up magpies because magpies throw other birds' eggs and stuff out of the nest, don't they?
Crows are pretty bad for that too. I saw a crow eating a squirrel on the road. Yeah, gross, isn't it?
No, not for me. So I would say a bird of some sort and one that wouldn't be targeted by like hunters or anything, and I'd be top of the food chain so no one would be bullying me.
Well, he wouldn't be top of the food chain. Sharks are top of the food
I'm
chain.
in relation to birds.
Have you ever seen that shark that's like really deep, deep, deep in the ocean? I think he's in the Antarctic and it's like 750 years old. I wouldn't want to be that shark either. It looks so fucked and just depressed. And sharks spend their whole lives on their own. Like, no, thank you.
No. Okay, if you were in a group chat with everyone on Earth, what would you post in the chat?
Stop fighting.
I'd say, here's my Bic and IBAN. Send me a few bob. You definitely have people. If you put one of those sob stories in there, you definitely drum up a bit of cash for yourself.
Somebody would send you something.
What's the first thing you'd do if you discovered you were the last person on Earth? I'd just cry.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on my own now at all. No way, Jose.
You'd have to cry. Feck that.
I would do a bit of looting as well. I'd take myself to somewhere fancy.
You'd be able to do whatever you'd like.
I'd go into Harrods.
You'd get bored. You'd get so bored.
Yeah, of course you'd get bored. There might be animals though. You could become friends with, like, you don't.
Not
you
even
could have
just
as many
animals,
dogs if you wanted.
I suppose you could also.
I'd love to go look around Buckingham Palace as well. Everywhere, in every room.
You could go over to like China or Japan and get like an AI robot to be your friend.
Oh really? How are you gonna fly yourself there?
Okay, fair point.
Yeah. You're not going anywhere. You're here forever. You can't even go on your holidays to Spain. Tough luck.
Okay, what was the most trouble you ever got in at school? Well,
Amber's is illegal, so she can't talk about it.
I got into a spot of bother. But listen, I can't go into the details about that. That will remain a story that will be untold, unfortunately.
Unless you meet her out in the piss, she'll tell you if you meet her out.
No.
I was suspended a couple of times. Wasn't really.
I'm shocked about that. I never got suspended.
Oh God, whatever. You gotten worse. What you did was worse.
I didn't get in as much. I still didn't get suspended. Where do you most want to visit?
Japan. I have an entire deep dive ready to go.
Yeah, we need to
this
do that.
chat about Japan. Japanese people are the most, like, they've hit it on the nail. They're just
Hit it on the nail.
they've hit the nail on the head. Everything is just organized and just like I feel like I like their way of life. I love Japanese food. Japanese people are like so like kind and honest, and I just have this real fantasy about Japan, and I love the idea of it.
I'd love to go to Japan actually, but one place I'd love to go to South Africa.
Oh, I mean, okay. Well, that's
You've
fine.
been?
I haven't been to South Africa. I've been to South Africa. I haven't been to Cape Town.
No, I'd like to go. Yeah, I'd like to go there.
I'd love to go to Cape Town.
What the hell? What's wrong with that? You just don't think because it doesn't match up to like.
I mean, Japan is just a bit more exotic, isn't it?
Jesus, sorry for being so basic. Okay.
I want to go to Thailand.
No, I don't think I go back to Thailand.
I would.
No, I had an upset tummy for 3 weeks when I was there. Had to stay close by where we lived, so I had access to a toilet. It's the ice.
We used to stay in places that were like a $5 a night, and they were perfect, and we used to just be at the beach all day. I thrived in Thailand. But those buckets, I had one of those. So you get these buckets. They literally give you a bucket, like a bucket and spade, and they fill it with ice, and then you get a naggin, which is a 1/4 litre of Sanksum, which is Thai whiskey. And then you get this tiny little thing of liquid Red Bull. So it's like syrup. And then you get your Coke or your Pepsi and you put it, or your whatever, your mixer. You put it all in the bucket. And me and Spenny went to Thailand like when we were a bit older. So like we were more mature. And I was like, I'm going to have a bucket for all time's sake. Sweet mother of God, the hell I went through the next day. I was in bits, and that was the last time I had that Thai whiskey.
Why? Because you were so sick?
So sick. I was so pissed. So sick.
Which celebrity are you most obsessed with? So recently with the Paris Fashion Week and all that, oh my God, now completely, Charlize Theron looks
gorgeous.
Unbelievable. And then now did you see feckin' Nicole Kidman? What the heck? She's a vampire.
She's always looked like that. She is a vampire.
Did her and Keith Urban break up because they're saying something about it's her revenge look?
Yeah, they broke up. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not more interested in that than I am. You know that way. You know, when some things you're tickled by, and then some things you're just like.
And did you see that Ben Affleck and J-Lo were on the red carpet together because he produced a movie or something that she was in? Looking all friendly Wendy.
Oh God, I wouldn't like to have to be. Anyway. What?
You didn't say who you're most obsessed with.
I mean, there's loads of people.
That's just right now Charlize Theron because she looks unbelievable. I love it.
I love Margot Robbie. I'd say she'd be good.
Oh, I love her.
I forever love Graham Norton. He's just always on my list. I just think he's brilliant. And I'd say he's really good crack.
Keeping on the traitors vibe, I think Claudia Vinkleman. Is it Vinkleman?
Oh, yeah.
How am I saying it? She'd be great crack. I also think there'd be a few people, like, who would be your dream? So 3 celebrities.
Claudia Winkleman is sound as well, because I met her at Strictly, and like she's really, really good fun in real life as well.
Yeah. But I'd say like 3 people, so 3 UK people that you could go in the piss with. I'd say Claudia Winkleman. Why do I keep saying it like that? Is it Winkleman? Winkelmann. Ich nicht sprechen die Deutsch. Bienvenue. Okay, so I would say just Claudia, we're going to say this time. I'd say Lorraine would be gas as well.
Lorraine's actually really good crack.
And then Alison Hammond. Imagine going on the piss with those 3. Although Alison doesn't drink, we'll give her a wee jelly. We'll give her a wee jelly.
Alison doesn't need to. How did you know she doesn't drink? I didn't know
I was watching the best bits of her from this morning or Good Morning, whatever it is. Oh, she's just absolutely hilarious. When she went to film something in like Italy at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the police were kind of like approaching her, and then she was hiding. The next clip it shows her and she's in a hotel room and she's like got a hood on her trying to hide, go incognito from the police. I just think she's so funny, and I think she's got great energy. I hate that saying. It's kind of like good vibes, great energy, but
she does have good vibes. Okay, what's the best, most interesting or amazing fact you know?
Like, that's another one as well. I was using ChatGPT for this and all of the facts were boring.
Stop wasting water. Use your brain.
I love like hacks more than facts, if you get me. And so like certain things, right?
What's the biggest killer of humans? Animal-wise, what's the biggest killer of humans?
Animal-wise?
Yeah. What animals or insects kill the most humans?
Mosquitoes.
Yeah. And what animal has the strongest kick?
Oh God, I was going to say giraffe, but is it not a kangaroo?
No.
Imagine if a kangaroo squared up to you.
Jesus, do you ever see that kangaroo, Steve? The kangaroo, he would absolutely batter you.
So
terrible story.
What was the answer to that? What's the kick one?
Oh, a zebra. But there's a terrible story about this couple, and they were basically, you know, like if you're driving along the road and like you might hit a deer or something. I mean, it doesn't happen, but like it happens to people sometimes. But this couple hit a kangaroo in Australia, and it basically kicks them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Because he came through the windscreen and he was obviously freaked out and just kick.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I know.
So basically,
desperate.
In terms of hacks, right? So this is a selection of hacks. Ties in nicely to it.
And I love that show so much.
Oh, I haven't finished it. I just am watching a show at the moment. I'm just like scrolling through TikTok, but I will be
Oh my
watching
God.
shows.
Have you watched that show? I know I've only been in and out of it because it's really not a show for me. But Spenny's been watching it about that murderer. Holy shit. Your man who wears people's skin. Do you know what he's called?
Oh, it's your man, Charlie. Is it Charlie Honey? Is that his name?
Charlie. He
is gorgeous.
I know, and you won't think he's gorgeous after watching the show. What's it called? It's about this murderer.
It's Gein. It's a Gein or something like that. Ed Gein.
Ed Gaines?
Yeah, it's the murderer Ed Gaines. And like I've only been like, because I'm like, Spenny, that can't be true. He's not doing that. It's just insane.
Is it good?
It's really good. Like Charlie Hunnam is actually amazing in it. He's really good in it.
I think he's gorgeous. I used to love him in the motorbike one. I can't remember what it was called. I've always fancied him. And he was in Queer as Folk when that came out as well. Okay.
Was it?
Back to my hacks. So,
okay.
First one is
Amber's
toaster.
obviously done a bit of work. She's desperate to get these out.
So the first one is on a toaster. And I think I've definitely kind of mentioned this before. So, you know the way you have 1 to 5, but the setting is actually, it's for minutes. I would always think that like, I want my
give
toast.
that hack a 0 because we all know that. Next.
Okay, so here's some. You know the tiny little pocket on your jeans, what we used to call a Johnny pocket? It's for pocket watches. So, and then also on jeans, the metal rivets aren't decorative. So, you know the way that like on your pockets and stuff, there might be like a little stud? They're actually to prevent the fabric from tearing at certain stress points.
You could have jeans for years, which I do. Jeans for years and years and years.
You're not supposed to, what was it? Tommy Hilfiger said you shouldn't wash them. Every 50 wears, you should wash them. And in order to kind of like stabilize any smells or anything, you're supposed to put them in the freezer. So the next one is...
You have to wash your jeans every so often, all the farts you do. Amber's got to wash her jeans. Sometimes she washes them twice a day.
Oh, fuck off. The next one is, so you know the hole in the handle on a saucepan and on a frying pan? That's actually to put your ladle or your wooden spoon when you're cooking instead of hanging it.
Amber's cooking tips.
Shut up. So the next thing is the plastic lid. I actually mentioned this. Oh my God, another one. 10 on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mac Press Driver. The plastic lid on a takeaway coffee cup. It doubles up as a coaster. We knew that.
Stop repeating yourself.
The long neck on a beer bottle isn't just for aesthetics. It's designed so you hold it at the top away from the liquid so you keep the drink cold. Because you know the way they have those stubbies.
That's interesting.
They have those stubbies in Australia to put around your cans and your bottles to prevent it from going cold. We don't need that because we rarely get warm weather. Although I think it's been quite nice recently. Then the tab on soda cans. Okay, the tab on like fizzy drinks.
Hold your straw in.
Exactamundo. The next one, and I actually
which doesn't make sense because if you put a straw in a can of fizzy drink, it fizzes it up a lot.
I hate drinking from a straw.
I love drinking from the can. Even if I'm in a nice restaurant, I'm like, can I just have the can?
No, I'd always wipe the can. I always would like clean a bottle neck or clean a can before I drink from it. But this also raises another question. Every glass Heinz bottle has a little number 57 on the neck, and that's where you're meant to tap to get the ketchup out.
Jesus, these are all so shit.
But do you not think, I think Heinz actually tastes nicer from the glass bottle.
No, I just think it's the best ketchup. It is tough to beat Heinz. Although there is this ketchup brand. It's a fancy one if you're in a fancy place.
Okay, so another one is... I
can't remember what it's called.
This isn't a hack, but this is just a stupid fact. Percentages are always the same reversed. So 20% of 50 is the same as 50% of 20.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually interesting. Oh my God, I've been doing T's maths homework. Did I tell you that?
You did, yeah.
Fucking hell.
And then the next one, an iPhone's clock app is actually a real working second hand that moves in real time. And then, this is another boring one. The M in M&M stands for Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray, the inventors.
Are they over? Thank God. Is that it? Well, we do some more of the petty exes. Everyone, if you want to send in any stories about petty exes, like we had last week, keep sending them in. But here's a couple that we found that I think are so Well, they're not. Some of them aren't funny, but this one's a bit wild. This man he basically bought a house. I think this is a bit too much now. Stalker vibes. He bought a house next to his ex-wife and installed a $7,000 middle finger statue facing her garden. Like, I think he shouldn't be allowed to do something like that.
No, I think that's offensive. And also, if I was a neighbour, I'd be like, I don't want to have to see a middle finger. That's disgraceful. And it's a form of abuse. Abuse!
Paloma Faith, who's in the Traitors at the moment, she's gas. She rented out a billboard at the end of her ex's road to display her album cover.
I like that. I'm with her on that.
I kind of really like that one.
A girl cheated on her fiance and he rented out billboards in London, New York and Tokyo with a picture of her labelled cheater. Again,
that must have cost a few bob. That's a bit much.
But again, I think that's like the middle finger statue.
Yeah, that's a bit too much.
Men are clearly taking it too far.
A woman cut all her ex's socks in half perfectly across the toes so he wouldn't notice until that would drive me crazy. I hate when I have a hole in my sock, but sometimes I just keep using them.
I had a hole in my sock yesterday, but luckily I had a spare pair, so I changed and I fecked the others in the bin. So another one is a guy cut all of his ex's cords when he moved out. The toaster cord, the kettle, the TV, thousands.
Oh my God, what an arsehole.
Too far again.
Do you remember that fella who put ketchup on my shoes, Amber?
No.
Do you not remember when we lived in that apartment? The really cold one where we had to share a bed. No wonder you don't want to share beds with me. I mean, we've had to share beds for our whole bloody lives.
That was 6 months.
Oh my God. I was at this guy, basically, I invited him back to a party, but I genuinely invited him to a party. I wasn't inviting him back to my bed. I share with my sister. So invited him back to a party, and then we were like, we're going to another party in Howth, because there's always loads of parties going on in Howth. And we went to another party, and he was in a strop and said he didn't want to go. And when I got back, he had gone, but he'd poured ketchup in all my shoes and in the toaster. Do you not remember that?
God.
That fella was odd.
That's not normal behaviour. Another thing is, right, so a guy took the light bulbs out from every lamp when he moved out, leaving just the fixtures. And then this last one, this is too much. A girl secretly swapped her ex's shampoo for Nair hair removal cream.
That's a bit mean now. You can't do that.
That's awful.
But you ever hear stories about people when they sew fish into their curtains and stuff like that? Like, that's just, some of it is too far.
Like, yeah, retain a bit of fucking decency and just walk away.
Just walk away. Just bitch about them to your friends like everybody else does. Okay, Agony Amp. You ready, Amber?
Yes.
Do you want to read it?
Yes.
You get some practice in. Go on.
Hey girlies, this is a weird one, but excuse me, before I do this, the girl, remember was it the Petty X story last week?
Yeah.
About her
the woman in the office.
Yeah. She said, thanks for reading. And I was just like, you ain't petty, girl.
Yeah.
So basically, hey girlies, this is a weird one, but I thought you two could help me because you're sisters. I think my sister flirts.
Yeah,
I think
Amber's
my sister
always at this too.
It reminds me of that video. Remember you got me before your book came out, telling me that I'm not really gay and I fancy Spencer. I was like, what? So basically, I think my sister flirts with my boyfriend. We always had the same type, as she's only 2 years older than me, and I think she really wants to go for my boyfriend. Think like classic flirting. She laughs a little too hard at his jokes, touches his arm, and once called him fit in front of me. It's annoying because she was a pal. If she was a pal, I just confront her. But it's my sister, so it feels weird and definitely makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. We're still friendly for now. What should I do?
I'd call her out in that.
I would get a second opinion. So I would get one of your pals, confide in one of your pals and get your pal to be around when you're all around and get your pal to be on the lookout. And if your pal confirms it, then I think...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I wonder if your boyfriend... Would you say something to your boyfriend? And like, what
no,
would you say?
I don't know. I'd say something to your sister. I mean, that's a very uncomfortable situation to be in.
That's going to make her so awkward. But like, what would you say? Here, what's the story with you flirting with my boyfriend? Yeah,
like get your own. God. I mean, I thought I was immune to it because Amber's a lesbian, but for real lesbian days.
Anyway, that is a wrap, folks. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
For listening. It's been good, Amber Bambo. Ambo McBambo.
Amber McBamber. Okay, Vogue One Kenobi. Thank you so much. Have a great week. And do send us in more Petty X stories, because I actually do like reading them and judging them if they're okay or not okay.
Petty X's are really good stories. And don't worry, we've all been petty at one point. vogueandamberpod@global.com.
Mercy buckets.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.